you. What up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Maryam here. In this video, I'm going to be testing new makeup. What else is new? This is what we do here on the channel. I do this type of video pretty often, once or twice a month, sometimes 3 times a month, depending on the amount of makeup. And this time I have a good amount of makeup from various different brands, from high-end, from low-end, from everything in between, prestige, masstige, and drugstore. Let's get into it. I'm going to slap everything onto my face, create a look. I don't know what look I'm going for. I never ever have any clue what look I'm going for. I just let the makeup speak to me and create itself. So with that said, let's get into it. Subscribe if you aren't already, notification bell for Wednesdays and Sundays videos. And now let's test this new makeup. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm very jazzy today. I'm very, very excited. Part of the reason why I'm excited is because my skin is looking good. It is clear. I have practically no acne marks with the exception of this little one, but like my summer skin is glowing. It feels nice and healthy and I'm, I guess, excited for it. All right, for my primer, I'm just gonna go for the huge DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm because I am trying to use up every little last drop. Just gonna smooth down the oily zones of my skin. My eyebrows are laminated using the Dominique Cosmetics Blowout Gel. I don't have them filled in outside of just the tail end right here. There's a couple of strokes with that NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen, but essentially this is it. For my foundation, I'm thinking I really love the Keys SOULCARE 2-in-1 Concealer Plus Tint, but I don't think I got a chance to really use a lot of it this summer. So I think I'm gonna go for it again. I'm gonna go for the shade either 350N or 340W. So this has that nice wand. I'm gonna apply 340W to the perimeter of my face and also to my forehead, kind of like that. And then I'm gonna take the 350N, even though it's a step down. I actually find this one to be a pinch lighter because it's neutral. So the neutral I'm gonna put kind of in the center. And then I'm just gonna blend those two together. I'm gonna use this LAWLESS foundation brush. A lot of people always ask me about this brush. It's a really, really lovely brush. Very full, but also very dense. And this is larger than most foundation brushes. So if you have a giant face like me, this is a good one. I like that this product is still very sheer, so you can still appreciate my freckles. So just gently applying it. Kind of want to go for an easygoing look today because my brother and sister are still here. Hopefully we'll get to do something fun like go-karting or something. I don't know. I film my Sunday videos on Fridays, so today is Friday. And I want to do something fun even though the weather is not so great. It is actually pretty cold, windy and rainy, but hopefully we could do something fun. Even if it's indoors, maybe go watch a movie, I don't know. But that's kind of the vibe that I'm going for with today's makeup. I just want to be easygoing. I don't want to be boring. I do want to play with some color, and I have some color to play with. I want to make sure that I look approachable, you know, not too makeup-y. And I think this one sheer layer did that. I really like the shade match. It is matching to my neck color. I am currently tan. I still have that rash from I don't know what, but so far so good. For my concealer, I'm gonna grab this Jane Iredale shade 7W Pure Match Liquid Concealer. This one is really nice and it doesn't even need to be set with powder. I'm gonna use this for my under eye. Oh, this is a bit bright. This is a bit brighter than I was hoping for, but maybe that's not such a bad thing. I'm gonna use this small but dense brush. This one's from Too Faced. It is very, very old. It is their highlighting brush. I'm gonna use it to blend out the concealer and just diffuse it a little bit. This concealer has been on repeat for me because it is so simple. You don't need to set it, like I mentioned before. You can even apply this over powder, which is crazy because this is a liquid. Typically, liquids over powders just don't work, but not in this case. I'm just gonna brighten in between my brows. Might have told you guys in a previous video that I've been growing out my brows to their original natural shape, and I think I finally achieved it because the tail ends are finally coming through. They are visible, and although I am plucking a little bit along the baseline, I feel like the thickness, I have not seen my eyebrows this way since before high school. Actually, I think this shade of concealer is brightening up the face and it's adding a little bit of light where I need it. So I think this was a good choice. I have it in shade 8N also, and that one is also brightening, but not as brightening. But this one works too. I like it. Cool. Yeah, once I turn to the side, I can kind of see a little too much brightness here. So I'm gonna diffuse that with just whatever's remaining on the brush, using my monitor as a mirror. Okay. Next things next. I'm gonna go for blush. In the blush category, I've got a brand new PR package from Milk Makeup, and there's 2 levels in here. The top is lip oils and glosses, which I'm gonna set aside for a sec. And then on the bottom is this lip and cheek combo. So these are considered their sculpt sticks, I believe, and I am definitely gonna go for those. So we have several options here. We've got a pinky, a brown, a nude. I'm thinking today is such a gray day. I just want to brighten up my face a little bit. So I'm gonna go for this pinky shade called Work. I'm gonna use this Huda Beauty cheek color brush. It's been a while since I've used this Milk Makeup product, so I don't quite remember how it goes on. So I'd rather just play it safe and apply it with a brush. So I just loaded it up on this Huda Beauty brush. This is very subtle. And I'm gonna maybe apply it straight from the tube. Whoa, is it me or is this way too subtle for my complexion? I mean, it looks very, very natural and I don't mind that. But I guess in my mind I was going for something else. I was trying to really lift and brighten the face and also the gray day. This just seems like a lot of work for the kind of payoff that I'm looking for. I guess this product isn't what I thought it was gonna be, but not to say that it's bad. This is very wearable. This is very model off duty type. Oh, and this just came apart. Whoa, what is happening here? The component is not twisting down. No. Sadly, I am not able to make this work. The component is really, really flimsy. It just broke on me and I can't get it to work. I'm not really understanding what's happening here. Not the best experience. And actually this was like the blush that I was excited to try. And now I'm not so sure what to do. I guess I'm gonna reach for another color. Maybe it was just that one that was defective. I'm gonna reach for the shade Flip. This one's supposed to be red. So let's see how red is red. Maybe we can do a strawberry makeup look real quick. Also, I don't like how there seems to be like a crust forming around the actual product. And the little topper that's supposed to preserve the freshness picked up a lot of that crust, and underneath the texture looks kind of different. I don't know, Milk Makeup. I know this is like a Gen Z favorite brand, TikToker favorite brand, but maybe it's hype? I've been receiving PR packages from them since the beginning. I kind of remember when they launched in possibly 2015 or 2016, something like that, and I remember all their products. I remember their Kush mascara. They were actually one of the first makeup brands to send Kush, like actual real Kush, in their PR, if you know what I mean. YouTube, please do not demonize me. I can't even say the right word. I don't know. I'm not too impressed. I feel like that was a lot of work, not a lot of payoff. It looks okay though. I also am not a huge fan of balmy types of blushes. If they're creamy, I want them to set to matte or to a powder. This one has a little bit of that sheen and a little bit of that unfinished look. Like I actually need to continue buffing it in order to make it work. Not the best experience. Probably not gonna reach for the rest of these, sad to say. But actually, this package was literally not about the blushes, it was about the lip oils, so that's what I'm really excited for. The next thing that I have going on is something very, very special. It is from none other than Lunar Beauty, and it is a powder. I have it in 4 shades, and this has such high praise. I'm expecting this to solve all of my life's problems, really. Okay, so we have a nice component, beautiful embossed packaging. We have a nice puff, look at that. We have a little protector over here. And of course we have 4 inclusive shades. So over here I have the translucent light. We also have a translucent medium, pink, and a deep. Let me show you. Here's the medium, like a nice honey color. Here is the deep, like a beautiful caramel tone. And last but not least, we have a pink. I actually have Huda Beauty's Cherry Blossom Cake Powder here. And so I want to compare the color, not just for you, but also for myself, because the Cherry Blossom Cake is probably one of my favorite pink powders out there. And this one is very, very similar, as you can see. So generally for me, I'm not a fan of translucent color powders. I like them to be either very light or pink. I don't know why, but that's just me. I always feel like if they have too much yellow or too much bronze, it ends up changing the color of my foundation that I work so hard on. And right now I like the color of my foundation. I don't want to add any more yellow. I don't want to add any more honey tone to it. This is perfect. I like it. It matches my neck, and so I just want to go for something translucent on top. I'm actually going to do the pink on one under eye and the translucent light on the other eye just to see the difference. But seriously, I'm very excited for this product because I have sincerely heard great things about it. And again, you might have heard me say this before, but as in the case of Patrick Starr's One Size powders that are formulated for a man, Patrick, imagine what they would look like and imagine how they will filter your face if you actually don't grow facial hair. Similarly with Lunar Beauty by Manny MUA, who is a man who wears makeup, who also grows facial hair. And obviously men and women's skin is different. And so I am expecting this to smooth, to blur, and to be the powder of my dreams, honestly. So I'm gonna release a little bit of this pink into the cap. I'm gonna take the puff. This is a velvet puff, by the way. I'm gonna pick up just the tiniest amount. And I know I said you don't need to set this concealer with powder. You really don't. But I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. And holy shit, this is extremely silky. Extremely fine. Very, very smooth. Like, what pores type of smooth. But I love how translucent it is. It doesn't feel or look heavy. It's not changing up the color of my foundation underneath. It's not crinkling the under eye. It is literally perfecting the skin. Wow, you need a close-up. So here is this side of the face with the powder on the under eye and also on the porous zone. And wait for it. Here's the side of the face. Are you as shocked as I am? Because that close-up is serious. I don't know if it's the puff, because the velvet definitely felt very different. I know it's the powder, but perhaps it is also the puff. I must also mention there's a slight scent to this, almost like a vanilla cotton candy type of scent that I'm not bothered by, but I have to bring that to your attention if in case some of you guys are bothered by that. Also gonna take a little bit on a brush and just loosely dust that all over this area just to perk it up a little bit. Okay, on the other side, I'm gonna test out the translucent light. Now this is extremely finely milled. I'm gonna go in with the brush first to see if there's any difference in application. Wow, 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 wow. This is so fine. It is like microscopic fine. And it does have the slightest amount of luminosity, just the tiniest hint of minuscule sparkles. I'm only noticing that because these lights are super bright. I don't know if it's something that the naked eye could actually notice. And once I have patted it in, you really can't see it at all. It's not like a Makeup by Mario foundation where you could still kind of see the sparkles. This is not the same. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the puff. I'm gonna add a little more. Guys, I am obsessed. I don't know how long this will last because my skin is very oily, but upon the first initial application, the pores are smoothed out. The under eye is looking really lifted, actually. Lifted and perfected. This is truly, truly lovely. And this is kind of reminding me of a finishing, like a smoothing powder and a setting powder in one. So there's definitely something different about it. Like, it's giving me both. It is setting my makeup, it is locking it in place, but it is also finishing up my makeup. It's giving me that flawless type of canvas. I'm just loving my skin at the moment. I didn't think it could get any better, but it's gotten even better with the makeup. Oh my God, this powder is everything, actually. Okay. I'm gonna do one more test. I'm gonna take my favorite Jones Road bronzer brush. This is my giant brush that I use for powder, for all over the face powder. I'm gonna swirl that in there. And I'm gonna close up this compact, sorry, camera cut off. I just picked up some of that powder on my big old brush. And this is the final test of this powder. I'm gonna see how it applies all over the face. I definitely like it better with a puff. I feel like the powder is a little bit too fine for the bristles of the brush. It kind of gets lost in between the bristles as opposed to a puff, which locks them in. And although I'm not really a puff girl, I really like this puff. So I'm gonna become a this puff girl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and beat and set that face lightly. Though, you know what? I actually am gonna go for that translucent medium. I know I said I wasn't gonna, but I wanna try it. And maybe some of you guys wanna see me try it. Because I am, after all, a medium. You are probably likely a medium too if you're watching this channel. Especially if you're watching this channel for a skin tone reference. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this medium now. This is much, much, much more yellow. I'm gonna use this on my forehead. I am loving this puff. I can't tell you how luxurious it feels on the skin. I almost feel like I just washed my face clean. That's how it's appearing like in the monitor. It just looks like my skin, but totally, totally perfected and snatched. Like my skin looks like it's pulled back and my hair is not even tight. I think I am understanding and I think I am loving this product so far. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Lunar Beauty. We are here for it. But honestly, I'm not surprised. Manny's such a perfectionist and he, like I, is obsessed with pore coverage and with smoothing the skin. So I knew this would be a big concern of his. I knew that the powder he would come out with would be perfection. And I am not disappointed. Keeping all three. And I have a friend that I will give this to. I kind of don't want to do my makeup anymore. I kind of feel like I really like this look. It is so simple. It looks like I'm not wearing any makeup and I feel amazing in it. But we have a few more products to test out. So let's move on to the eyes and to the color category. For the eyes, I have something new from Huda's Glowish Clean Makeup and Skincare line. We have some lip balms and we also have some clean eyeshadow palettes. There's 3 of them here. An amethyst, a moss, and a clay. So let's see, what makes these clean anyway, outside of the fact that they're vegan? I guess that is the thing that makes them clean, is that they're vegan. Okay, understood. So it looks like the amethyst is supposed to flatter green or hazel eyes. Looks like the green is supposed to flatter brown and black eyes. And then the clay is meant for blue and gray eyes. I'm gonna go for the amethyst because even though it flatters hazel and my eyes are very much brown, I wanna go for the amethyst, but at second glance, this looks a little bit boring to me. This looks very muted, very dusty rose, and dusty rose is like my least favorite color in the spectrum. I'm sorry to say. I'm just not a huge fan. I'm gonna go for the green. And hopefully this green will be a little bit more promising. I actually think it is. I mean, it also is kind of muted, but that's all right. I'm gonna go for it. Gonna use this Fenty primer that I love so much. And then I'm gonna reach for a tiny little brush. Gonna dip into this olive shimmery shade. I'm gonna apply that close to the lash line, all over the movable lid, and slightly past the crease, just like that. I actually think the eyeshadow quality is very nice here. It is very easy to use. There's no fallout for such a dark color. It is sticking to my primer, but it's not applying patchy whatsoever. I'm gonna take a clean brush, diffuse the edge of that, specifically that tail end, like that. Wow, I was going for something wearable, ended up with something pretty dramatical. I'm gonna take this light color, it's like a grayish olive. I'm gonna apply that just a little bit higher, just to help with blending. Cute, but kind of dark. I don't know, kind of dark. I don't know if I'm feeling it, to be honest. Like, yes, it applies well, but I'm not here for the color story. It is really, 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 really dingy. Dingy is the word that I'm going for. I am not into muted types of colors like this. I don't find them flattering on most skin tones. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Sorry, but it is not my vibe. Let's move on. From my favorite, Essence Cosmetics, we have some new gel eyeliners in pencil form. There's a few of these. There's a green, there's a blue, there's a purple, there's some lighter shades too. I think I want to go for the green so I can try to amp up this very muddy smoky eye. And maybe I'm also gonna grab a nude for the inner corner. Let's see. So this feels pretty silky, even against the eyeshadow. This applies rather easy and effortless. The color is like an emerald. And I don't know if it's doing much for this look, to be honest, because the eyeshadow is quite dark, but these two paired together are making me look a little bit like a swamp queen. And I'm not talking about the swamp queen, just a swampy type of queen. I'm just not feeling this vibe. It is giving me fall, and I am not ready for fall. I still have my summer complexion. It is August, so it is starting to come through finally. I'm not ready for fall. I don't want fall colors. I refuse. Okay, I'm gonna grab this lighter shade. Oh, by the way, this is waterproof and long lasting. Shade is Silky Nude. Just gonna add a little inner corner jammy right here. All right, it's doing something. These are nice. I can't complain, but I'm just not particularly interested in my look today. It's not putting me in any sort of mood. I'm gonna go for this liquid eyeliner from Jane Iredale in the shade Black. I heard really great things about this one, but I haven't yet tried it. I'm gonna shake it up. This is a Dippy Liner, which I like. Ooh, and it's nice and thin. Okay, I'm gonna go for the wing. Do love me some Dippy Liners. This one so far looks and feels very, very good. Though I will say the brush isn't very stiff. It's a very soft brush. So good for the artist, but not really great for a beginner. You really have to know what you're doing when you're dealing with such a soft type of brush that is also so fine. You have to have a pretty steady hand, which luckily I do, but I know not everyone does. And so this isn't gonna be as effortless and as intuitive for most people as it is for me, but this is something that I find myself to be particularly good at. Liner and just like anything graphic is kind of my forte. I far prefer line work in makeup than blending. I really like how this eye turned out. It is not too long. It is just like a dainty, effortless type of eye. This one is like a little too dramatic, but I guess I have to make a match. I'm gonna extend this one further and make it match to this one. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. I said I was gonna go for effortless and I literally was about to add an inner corner liner. I'm not gonna do that. But what I am gonna do is add some falsies. Why? Because I have some new ones from House of Lashes and they look so, so cute. There's some lower lashes here that are so dolly-like. Oh, look at these. Oh, oh, so cute. Oh, so this is actually from the Darling collection and it is inspired by Japanese manga lashes to give your eyes an instant dose of sweetness. I love it. I think I need a little bit of sweetness on my eyes right now because right now they're looking much more vixen than Darling. So I'm gonna go for this style Yumi. It just looks really cute. Okay, so the only problem with these lashes is that the lash band is so thin and clear. I unfortunately just lost some of the front end of these lashes, which is not good because the front end is what you need in order to blend with your real lashes. So yeah, this is definitely something that you have to be probably a little bit more careful with since these are so, so fine. All right, I'm gonna go for it. I've got my Huda Beauty lash glue. I've got my Yumi lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and apply them. Fortunately, I don't think you guys can see these lashes through this muddy ass eye look. Ugh. Yeah, it's not really giving. I'm sorry. Did that add a dose of Darling or is it still looking very much vixen? I don't know. And the point is, I'm just not too impressed with this look. Although it's fine and I love the way my skin looks, I think the eyes are just a little too dramatic and just a little too dark for what I was going for. I don't like the muddy, olivey brown look on me. I don't know. Something about this is not coming through the way that it's supposed to. I'm gonna move on to those Milk Makeup lip oils. So I'm already wearing lip liner. It is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Lip Crayon in the shade P5 Gaia. I'm gonna add this lip and cheek in the shade Flip. Somehow this is applying much better to the lips than it did to the cheek. And this color is much prettier than I thought. It's giving watermelon, it's giving summer, and I think it's also providing a little bit of balance that I was looking for. All right, so now for the lip oil, they are suggesting Flip Lip and Cheek plus Odyssey Lip Oil Gloss in Trek. So I've got 8 shades here. Here is Trek. Looks like it is a peachy golden type of color. So let's see. Well, this actually does apply really nice. I like the tip applicator. It actually comes to a point. And the color is quite flattering. I think this was the needed pop that was missing from my face. So now the muddy eyes with the bright watermelon lip is making me feel a lot better about myself. Before, it was just giving me too demure, too mature, I don't know, too dressed up for no occasion type of vibe that I wasn't really into. But now with the lip, it suddenly feels a little bit fresher, which is okay. So now let me kind of go over everything and give you my overall thoughts on the products. The star of this video is by far the new Lunar Beauty powders. These are incredible. My skin still looks so smooth, so matte, yet natural. Not matte in a makeup-y way, matte in a clean girl type of way. Like I just washed my face. And that is really difficult to achieve with a powder. I gotta give it up to Lunar Beauty and Manny. This is an incredible product. You guys should be so proud of yourselves for putting this out. Incredible. I mean, literally, I see no pores, I see no imperfections. My skin looks so smooth, so snatched, so effervescent. Literally, just lit from within type of vibe. I don't know if it's like the mixture of the products, but everything on my skin is working together perfectly, like flawlessly. I will 1000% reach for all 3 of these shades. I really like the pink, I like the translucent light, and after trying the translucent medium, even though I typically don't go for color translucent powders, I always go for a light or a pink just because it's a trend, I will absolutely reach for this because this is actually meant for my skin tone and it looks amazing. What else? I already told you I like this Key SOULCARE 2-in-1 concealer and tint, and I still like it. It still feels very, very effortless, very easy on the skin. I'm a fan of the Jane Iredale concealer. Where did it go? Here it is. This is actually an incredible product that I talked about before, but I'll talk about again. This is a concealer that is so flexible. It can go over powder. It can go under your foundation or your powder. You don't even need powder to set it, actually. It sets itself. So pretty genius in my book. Shade 8N is what I typically wear, but shade 7W is nice and brightening, especially if you want to go for something a little bit more glam, like the eye look that I'm wearing today. Although, I will say, sadly, I am not feeling the color stories of these glowish eyeshadow quads. They were just not my vibe. These are not giving natural. These are not giving earth tones. These are giving dusty and dingy, or dusty and dingy. I don't know about you, but these are not colors that I typically gravitate towards. I don't find them to be particularly flattering on skin tones. In fact, they tend to look a little gray on skin tones like mine or anyone deeper. Frankly, I don't know if this color story is gonna be trending for a while. It's just not something that I personally see a lot in makeup lately. So not to say that there isn't an audience for it, I'm just not their audience. I am someone who loves colors, so if you give me block colors, I'm not gonna be here for it. That's just my story and that's just the truth for me personally. But I'm sure there are people who will appreciate this, especially since these are vegan. The Essence liquid eyeliner was just fine. I was expecting it to be just fine. No news is good news, so to speak. I like the Jane Iredale liquid liner, though I will say it's definitely not for beginners because it is a dippy liner with a really, really, really flexible, soft type of brush. So you need control. You need precise hand placement and movement. You almost need surgeon hands in order for it to be perfect. Unless, of course, you're a pro, which not everybody is. The House of Lashes Darling collection inspired by manga is really cute. Though I don't think I can appreciate it with this look, but I'll definitely appreciate it going forward in other looks. The Milk Makeup blushes were really disappointing to me. I kind of like this strawberry shade on the lips underneath the lip oil, which does feel really nice, and this color is pretty, but I don't know. I never really got the aesthetic of Milk Makeup. Perhaps it just once again was not for me. I was not the demo, but to me they always have fallen just a little bit short of excellent. Sorry to say it that way. To me, they were always kind of like an okay brand, and that's just how I feel. And that's perfectly okay because it's honest and it's my point of view. So with that said, I think I'm gonna wrap up this very long video. I have said enough. I have shown enough. I guess this is the face that I'm gonna be wearing to go-karting with my brother and sister, and it's fine. If anyone can pull it off, it's me. On that positive final note, I am gonna zoom on out. I'm gonna wish you guys a farewell. I will see you in my next video. Peace out. I'm out. Deuces!